Hello, my name is Kristen Lau, and I'm going to explain how I expanded my personal learning network. Are you or your students bored with the old activities that usually consist of worksheets and a pencil? I know I am, and I know my students do. So every year, I always try to incorporate new activities in my classroom to promote technology usage and collaboration among students. One of my favorite resources to use to expand my personal learning network is Pinterest. Pinterest is user-friendly. I can open an account with Facebook if I have a Facebook account, or with a Google if you have a Google account, or you just need simply an email and you need to create a password. Pinterest is very user-friendly and has thousands of resources. According to the Teacher's Guide to Pinterest, educators are using it to share resources and information such as quotes, lectures, notes, research material, to get student or peer critiques. So on Pinterest, I can share my own ideas, and I'll go to my profile. And then you can create a board. So I created my own board and I called it 21st Century Skills. So all of the activities that I find through searching for stuff, I will post here. I have also posted my own board that I did. This was an activity that my students did involving PhET, which is the virtual simulation of slope-intercept form, which is one of my favorite virtual simulations to use. So not only did they have to use PhET to figure out what happened to the linear equation when the graph is vertically shifted up or down, meaning the y-intercept changed, or when the slope changed, and then they had to summarize their findings on a Google Slides presentation in groups. So not only were they using technology for this activity, they were using double technology because they were using a virtual simulation and Google Slides. Plus, they were using their collaboration skills because they had to work together and they had to talk out what happened with each other, so to make sure that they both agreed. So another pen that I've made myself is another activity that my students really like to do, and that involves Kahoot. And so I took a screenshot of a game that I actually made for my students. And it really does increase the student engagement in my classroom. I really like playing Kahoot with my students because it's an easy way to review for test. So I also like to use Pinterest to figure out other ways to use Kahoot. So I'm going to search for Kahoot. And then this is another way that I've never used Kahoot before, but it seems interesting, where students can make their own Kahoot. So they like to play it, but it'd be interesting for them to find out the background knowledge. So they have to create their own questions and then create the correct answer and then 3 wrong answers. I like to save things to my profile when I find good activities, so then I don't have to search for them again, because sometimes when you find a good activity, it's really hard to go back and search again. So another profile that I like to follow, because I think they have a lot of good activities, is teacherspayteachers.com. I know a lot of the activities you have to pay for it, but sometimes I just look at the pictures and then I kind of get a good idea off of it, and then based on that idea I will create my own activity based on their idea from Teachers Pay Teachers. And this is how Pinterest helped me expand my personal learning network.